time, but here at Space, welcome you to the Survivor Series WarGames Vancouver Edition. And I'm here to discuss a lot of stuff, man. Let's get into the WarGames Survivor Series Edition, right? The show kicked off with a women's match. You got the first face team coming out, you got the second team coming out, and it's like both ways is going good, but it's like it's not going good at the same time. It's just a bunch of non-Canadian storytelling, in my opinion. This is the start. Okay, so there was a problem with this women's WarGames match. You know, it's like it started off really good, but it's like it wasn't really working out, man. It was bad. It was. Here's how I'm gonna put it to you. So everybody comes out, and then you got Nia Jax in the ring, and she's not doing good where she was doing. Like, her in an environment like this, I don't think she's meant for like war game matches. I don't think so. She's meant for stuff like that. Absolutely not. She's not meant for that. There's no way she is. So it's like she needs to get into do something better. The overall logic I'm trying to explain, man, it's like the show is pretty good, but it's like it was a weak start to kick off with this match, really. You know, I'm gonna talk about what could have kicked off, but it's been kicked out with this, and it's like it's gonna work, but it's not gonna work, really. My points again right there. Having Nia Jax come out, she's really improved, but it didn't prove what she's doing and how she was wrestling. Like, she wasn't wrestling too good in that match. It was kind of like the story was. Listen, let's get into more about the story. First of all, it literally got announced the week later, and there was no build up really into it. Rhea Ripley comes out of nowhere. Okay, shit's going on now. They won overall. Yeah, it was rushed. But I thought the match is gonna deliver in some great ways. But it was just nobody else really got to showcase what they'd be doing in that match. So it didn't make sense what was really going on. So, because if I'm gonna compare it to last year, I'm not gonna talk about the 2022 one compared to the last year's one. I believe that one had a bit more. Okay, yeah, it's not making sense, and then maybe it does need a war games, but you know, maybe it doesn't. But let's see how the match can tell a good story. Can the outcome be better than the build up? And the outcome was much better. Their match was really good. Yeah, the match was really good, and it was pretty damn fun to see it, man. God damn it, but it's not even close. How was it? You know, it wasn't close. It wasn't. It wasn't even close for sure to it, and it was like. It was like things weren't really going well, and everything they did, it just didn't go well. They did a really good War Games outcome in 2023. The women's won. 2024, the match started out slow. We got just chair spots here and there, and Rhea Ripley had the biggest star shining. Literally, she stole the match. I'm sorry for. Hello. Maybe yeah, so Rhea Ripley just stole the match or something, and it was like, all right, what was gonna happen? Nobody knew anything was gonna happen. So Liv Morgan comes in. She's kind of like, okay, that's the line they're doing. So it's quite interesting how the storyline is going and how this. You know, I'm not a big fan of what they're doing the women's division nowadays. Really, the women's division in WWE is not doing good at all. I think there's something that's missing, and maybe it's Becky Lynch, maybe it's some top caliber talents. Maybe it's a build up, but I don't know what's up with it. They're doing fine. They're not even great, really. So I would say it was all right at best. All right, we'll move on from that match. And Ripley getting her shiny or stuff. All that. The freaking match that could have kicked off the show, but it didn't. And it's like it should have kicked off the show, but it really didn't. And kind of upset that it didn't. But that's just kind of why it should have kicked off the show, but it didn't. Because I think your start always has to be really good. Finish is very good. The mid card can be full of filler or whatever things you think, but the big stuff should start off first. You can put the big stuff in between the card as well, but you can also put the big stuff, to kick off the show. So it kicked off pretty well, man. Like the show kicked off with a match between Braun Breaker. That's right now. Let's think. So the second match is Braun Breaker, Ludwig Kaiser, and Sheamus. My God, the build-up was so good for this, and I really love their build-up. The way they're showing out Ludwig Kaiser as this strong guy, and Gunther says, "Go be this guy, go make a name for yourself," and he's getting over with how his booking is being done. I don't think he'll be booked that way in Vince. This is WWE. This is what I think we left on so many stars that could have been stars when Vince is WWE. When Vince had them on Triple H's back, control back then could have been. But anyways, Ludwig Kaiser because he's a build-up star. Braun Breaker's a beast himself, nonetheless. Sheamus, the old fart there, an old veteran. I can't call him fart, but like old veteran or whatever. And like this rugged old man who's about to kick everybody's asses to show that he's the Larry of his own house or something. The classic, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm older than whatever. The old guy trying to prove that he is teaching you young guys a lesson or something. Anyway, so that's kind of a story. And he's this old guy who just want to be so fucking hard on him. So pause. I'm gonna mention that. So yeah, this match was really incredible. The build up itself I just mentioned, but this match was really good, and it was pretty advanceable to say in some ways how scenarios went in this match. I loved every second of what they did, really. They did those spots that really worked. The one on the announce table where Braun Breaker or something, I think they did a spot with him, Ludwig and Sheamus. I don't remember what they did on it, because it was like a flying something did it, and it was so fucking cool. And I was like, oh shit, this inject this shit into my veins right now, because that shit is bonkers. And yeah, and the finish was just Braun Breaker. Sheamus trying to get the upper hand, man, trying to fight his old man spirit, trying to get the old Sheamus to, try to get the young Sheamus in, but Braun taking him out. That was a fantastic finish. It was a great finish, and a really great match. This match will be rated a freaking 5 out of 5 for me. I'm gonna start doing, and this is the hell in here. Show ratings are done on the shows, not literally a complete review, because it's not a star rating. I am a freaking Dave Meltzer, because I did my own star ratings earlier this year. We did them. I didn't know it. Somebody else doing it, right? So let me forgot that. Name of Spades. Name of Spades, right? Probably it is. So Sheamus is fantastic what he does, right? But yeah, 5.5, not 5.5, but it's like 5 out of 5 for sure. Great. 5.1 out of 5. Yeah, who know who that. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Allen. I love everything about this match. This was a really good match as well. I love how he was presented, Shinsuke. I'm not gonna mention more about it, but just loved how he was presented. You know, he came up with the new team on SmackDown nonetheless, but still the way his presentation mattered, and Shinsuke looked like a fucking damn like cool person, and like he looked legit. He got his aura back, and literally people didn't think he was gonna beat LA. And yeah, probably a lot of people didn't think, and probably like people like a lot of people didn't think he was gonna be LA, but he did, and it's like he ended up getting his aura back or something, which he had lost from a long time ago. And Shinsuke Nakamura looks legit, and like literally LA Knight played in well in the match. It was a really good match actually. The sum up of Shinsuke Nakamura versus Alright, a pretty like close, kind of like Ellen almost got him and he couldn't get him, but Nakamura beat Ellen Knight. And like pretty story-told match, or the story they were telling. I give it a friggin' 4.5 out of 5. Like I can't even deny how the friggin' I would call it the second worst match of the night. Gunther versus Damon Priest. Even though, you know, I could say that everything before in Vince's WWE is probably much better than what we got right now. You know, but compared to our storylines and our high bar standards of great wrestling on a PLE is done on his given Drew, Damon Priest and Gunther kind of slopped a little bit. Like, I really liked it, but there was something about their SummerSlam match that it wasn't that great, but it's still pretty enjoyable. You know, they beat the chop out of hell each other. He chopped him, the boots, the legs, the friggin' Gunther trying to try anything to beat Priest, and it's not working or whatever. And then obviously, I didn't think it was gonna happen, but it did end up happening. Freaking Finn Balor, and I literally shot. I was like, "Fuck, dude!" Like literally, "Fuck, man!" Like Finn Balor coming out and just coup de grace to Damon Priest. Like, what the hell? Why would you do that? I thought they really dropped the storyline because it was going out nowhere. And the Finn Balor just brought him back into it. So people were, I was like, no, really, they dropped it. It's done. Finn Balor and Damon Priest story is done. And like, oh shit, that was insane. Unexpected, really. Just thought they dropped him at the end. And yeah, I was like, okay, that kind of ruined the finish for me in a way. Because I was so angry. I was like, frick, fucking really? Really? But I was like, oh, shot. I was like, okay, I was at the end. I was like, this is the end of, okay, this is the finish. Moving on. The main event. The B-Hall of all halls. The freaking WarGames men's match. The story that's being built about the Bloodline versus the OG Bloodline. And this Bloodline is like, and the Bloodline storyline, which they kind of rushed, there's a video on topic about all of this, an explanation, but still, we're gonna move on to the night. You know, comes out, the OG Bloodline, they're looking packed. Bronson Reed looking so good with them. It's like he belongs in that thing with Jacob Fatu, and he looks like a menace and monster. Like I just want to see Bronson Reed versus Gunther so bad on my television. I can't believe to tell you that match. I would love to see Bronson Reed versus Gunther so badly. Like I can't imagine telling you this 2 years ago. You know, I couldn't, because when he first came back, I couldn't tell you, even 1 year ago, but now I'm like, I really want to see Bronson Reed versus Gunther on my television. You know, I really want to see that match for the freaking championship. like Bronson Reed is incredible, and him riding with Jacob Fatu, and God, imagine them as a tag team. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bold menacing, and like, yeah, they were looking so good, and I was like, okay, this like a fun ass WarGames match. And then we got into, man, a great bloodline, OG bloodline, and CM Punk as well, who joined earlier. But yeah, Punk, you CM Punk himself is like a interesting focal part of this because he did join earlier, and he was like, joining in is like, the best in the world, all shenanigans and whatever. And he comes out, he literally freaking smacks Bronson Reed in the face like a kid does. A kid tries to interact with a caged animal, and like literally he tries to mess with Bronson Reed, and he literally acts like a freaking caged animal. And like a big gorilla or something in a way. Um, and yeah, that's that part of it. And then we got the entrances, and those were great. And like, and kicked off with freaking Jey Uso and Tama Tonga, where affordable Tama Tonga's entrance into the cage, fucking hilarious. And doing him playing a Super Mario, he knows what he's doing. Really, he knows that his shit is really gone up the standards for what he's really doing, and this one's perfect. Tomatonga Joe's had the little thing, and in comes after that Jacob Fatu. They really toast after that. They get the pass beat. Jacob Fatu comes, in comes I think Jimmy after that, and then we wait for Bronson Reed, I believe, comes after that. I'm not sure who came after who, but I think I know the one with the I don't know one with the OG Bloodline team. So yeah, he comes after that for sure. And Roman Reigns is seeing that Sami Zayn wants to really CM Punk wants to go out, and he literally stops Punk, and he looks at Sami Zayn, you go. It's kind of a callback to when he did it to to Jay, but like not like just out of Sami's loyalty. But this time it's not about loyalty, it's about blood and family. He ain't blood, but he's family. Only there's blood between them, really. It's like crazy, but that's what it is. And CM Punk just furious, and then that perfects Roman and Punk. It was pretty great match, story told, and all the chaotic stuff that was perfect. And then in the end, CM Punk and Roman Reigns are about to do their thing. Well, Tama comes out, and then they're having a great scenario. Their matches are inside the match. I think this shit is going wild. Matches are freaking great, and then freaking CM Punk just blasts out of Roman Reigns' way and comes in, and Roman's pissed, and Punk is going at him, and Punk is going after Jacob Fatu. It's all crazy, and then when Solo comes in, he starts beating the shit out of all of them are together, and they're really beating the crap out of him. And then literally when the freaking timer goes off, so it's starting to go like 20 seconds already, Solo just locks the door. And now we see a freaking footage of Roman Reigns literally climbing the cage and going to the top. And I just like seeing that. I don't want him to jump from the freaking cage. But like he climbed up to the top, and it was so like a weird feeling. It was like, it's perfect. It was kind of cool and funny in a bit, but yeah, he climbed up from the cage. It was so cool. It's kind of, yeah, like he's big, but he could do shit like that. Roman doing that was fantastic, and Roman Reigns is coming up, and he's like, the splash deal was also great. And then the CM Punk situation again, where they didn't help Punk, and the story they kept telling CM Punk that if you don't trust Punk, and he doesn't care about Punk. What they had the cinematic thing on SmackDown, Marvel style. Um, he doesn't give a shit about Punk. And he showed it to him literally when he didn't pick him up. And then when Roman was about to get his ass whooped, and he literally about to, lose. They were about to lose the match. Punk ended up saving Roman Reigns, and that got Roman's trust because Braun's Son Reed literally was about to crush Roman and is gonna put him on the sideline for like 10 years for sure. That tsunami would have knocked the wind out of Roman Reigns' body, would have broken his ribs permanently. Clearly, and yeah, the finish then we got into, and yeah, then all of them get back together and they all beating the shit out of him, and like eventually Sasuke was the only one in the middle. So breaking super kick, GTS, Halua kick, GTS, spear 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns gets back his win, and they kept on teasing us. Are we gonna get it? Are we gonna get the Rock return, or either, as the way I thought it, are we gonna get the Bloodline drama in between? Are we gonna get CM Punk giving Roman Reigns a GTS and walking out of the arena? Because that would have made me, that would really made me like go, oh fuck, we're back.